Breaking news. Trump derangement syndrome has been recognized by the medical community as a major health concern.
That's right. Doctors and the pharmaceutical companies have been scrambling to find an effective treatment for it.
Some notable celebrities have even chosen to leave the country.
Ellen DeGeneres, a noted lesbian comedian and talk show host, has promised that she is moving to England with her wife.
Ellen, we have heard that you and your wife are moving to England because Donald Trump won the election. Is that true?
Yes, we can no longer live in a country that is going to be run by a dictator who is going to eliminate gay rights and ruin the economy.
Are you sure that is the reason? Or could it be that you have been shunned by Hollywood because you are impossible to work with and you have been implicated as a possible attendee to some Diddy parties?
No, that is not the case at all. They love me in Hollywood and I did not go to any Diddy parties. Donald Trump is a dictator and he is out for revenge.
I'm sorry, Ellen, but it sounds like Trump derangement syndrome to me. Just saying. Rosie O'Darnell, I understand that you are not happy with the election results.
That's right. I can't believe the American people elected a convicted felon into the White House. Don't they know that he is a dictator just like Adolf Hitler?
But don't you think that the economy got worse under the Biden administration with inflation and the loss of jobs, and not to mention the immigration crisis at the border?
The economy and the border crisis are all due to Trump. It is Trump's fault, and I guess the American people want more of the same.
Rosie, but Trump has not been in office for the last 4 years. These things all happened under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were addressing important issues such as gay and transgender rights and women's rights to have abortions. And of course, climate change.
So do you think that those issues are that important, or could you possibly have Trump derangement syndrome?
I do not have Trump derangement syndrome, but I must go now because I have more important things to do. The neighbors cut down some trees and now the squirrels have lost their homes.
Here we have an extreme case of Trump derangement syndrome in the case of Robert De Niro, a once famous actor. His career was completely destroyed by his condition. I am not the one who should be in here. Trump and those MAGA Republicans should be in here. He's a dictator and a threat to our democracy. Our democracy is dead. Wait till I get out of here. I want to kill that son of a bitch. Yes, you can see that there are some extreme cases of Trump derangement syndrome where the patient poses a danger to themselves and to others. Welcome to our Trump derangement syndrome support group. Who would like to start? I would. I can believe that Trump won. I am still angry. Kamala should have won. She offered joy in an opportunity economy. She had progressive ideas for transgender rights and the rights for women to have abortions. I can understand that you feel angry, but have you ever stopped to think that maybe what you feel is important to you may not be important to the majority of Americans, and that things were better when Trump was in office 4 years ago? The majority of Americans are stupid and deplorable and don't know what is good for them. Climate change is going to kill us all in 10 years. That was very interesting, but I think that we may need to up the dose on your medication. Let me hear from someone else.
Our democracy is doomed. I can't live like this anymore. There is no joy or hope. If I could leave this country, I would. I can't believe that the progress of the last 4 years is going to be thrown in the trash.
So do you really believe that the last 4 years, with the economy being wrecked by inflation, American jobs being lost, the immigration crisis at the border, and the United States funding a war in the Ukraine and in the Middle East is a success?
Transgender rights will be taken away and women can no longer get abortions. I tell you, the end of our democracy is here. By the way, you remind me of Donald Trump.
I have been told that before, but getting back to you, I think that if the medications aren't working, that we may have to do some electroconvulsive therapy, right? It looks like our company has been charged with coming up for a successful treatment for Trump derangement syndrome. Do we have any ideas? From what we have seen, these patients have a well-established delusional system setup coupled with extreme depression bordering on psychosis with anxiety mixed in. Many of them are on antidepressants with varying degrees of success. I think that we need to come up with an antipsychotic to break the delusional complex before we can successfully treat the depression component. I think that we are dealing with a new variant of bipolar disorder. Doctor, thank you for your input. Anyone else with any ideas? We have several clinical trials underway, using standard antidepressants combined with mood stabilizers, but it is too early to tell. Presently, electroconvulsive therapy seems to offer the most promising option, and maybe there is a way to upgrade the technology and market it. That is an idea. If we could come up with a machine that would do in-home electroconvulsive therapy, there might be a viable market for that, or if we come up with an improved version of it that we can sell to hospitals. Well, have your research and development team look into that. We will do that and see what we can come up with. Well, people, it seems like we have come up with some ideas, so let's get to work. If you or someone you know suffers from Trump derangement syndrome, there is help available. At our hospital, we specialize in the treatment of Trump derangement syndrome. Remember, even if you don't get help from us, get help from somewhere, because there are treatments available. Remember, you are not alone.